It was my one of my nephew's graduation, and he's like a really, really good football player. So me and my brothers were on one team, and we're like, we're gonna humble you real quick. We won, so it was worth it. But I went to like explosive run, and as soon as I went to explosive run, both my thighs went, "You're old."
Oh no.
Oh.
Hate the old business. Because I feel it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Quill and Sword, the best D&D show on the internet, in my opinion. Only because these awesome people make it that way. So, we are going to go ahead and just kick things off. It's been a minute, so we're going to do some introductions. Introduce yourself, what you do, where you do it, and who you're playing. So, we will see. Who's going to be first? It will be SENITA.
What are we doing?
You. Introduce yourself, your character, what you do online.
I play the beautiful, roguish moon elf. Wait. Yeah, moon elf. It says wood elf over here, just making sure. I am a streamer and a writer. Hopefully by next year I'll have some arcs to hand out. And I think Bobby links all my socials.
Yep. We got all the links for the people in the description. And who are you going to hand it to?
VERA. I'm just going to go down the line.
Okay. My name is Vera Wild. I am a burlesque performer. I'm a streamer. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a podcaster. I'm an author. I do too much. Is the short version on that. If you want to find my other stuff, look for Council of Geeks for the geeky stuff. Look for Vera Wild. Wild spelled WILDE for the spicy stuff. And I am playing Wisp, who is a fawn bard. And Robin, why don't you take that?
Okay. Hi, I'm Robin. I play Masquerade, who is a changeling and just really likes changing their physical form like they do their clothes. You know, as you do. Marissa, would you like to take hits?
Say that again? You want me to take over?
Yes.
Okay. Hey everybody, I am Marissa. I am also a writer of paranormal romance. I have 2 books coming out on September 15th, because that's how the scheduling worked out. So if you like witches, or you like witches and pirates, and like a story ethos that is very similar to the Fast and the Furious franchise, but not quite that zany, that's what I do. I play Nimini Batch, who is a changeling orator, and it's just really in it for the kids, you know?
That makes... That pitch was just great. I'm not going to lie. That pitch was great. It makes me happy. That was such a good pitch. Anyway, we are down a Megan, unfortunately. So hopefully she will be joining us next time. But we are going to just kind of dive into things. As you know, we love Syrinscape, so I've got all that taken care of. Feel free to talk in the chat, make some comments, and there may be stuff related to the chat later, depending on how the story goes, because I have a mechanic I want to try out that could be great for you guys, and questionably great for all these guys. So we're going to go ahead and set the tone just a bit. So for reference, you guys have been in Voirais now for about a week's time. It's been pleasant, if not tenuous. If you remember, there have been encroachments of the Crom Spawn, which are also called the Umber Horde. These creatures of undead nature that have been coming up from the ground, from the earth, and they've been coming up through tunnels and all sorts of things and sieging the city. And over the course of the week, basically since you guys went to the Phoenixes with all of the different eggs and everything, and they combined into this single white phoenix, ever since that happened, the Whitefire Phoenix seems to have been successfully warding away a lot of the danger, interestingly enough. And that means that it's been weirdly tense. Everyone's kind of afraid, when is something going to happen? What's going to happen? Like, there's this air that people just aren't able to shake. But for you guys, you're used to this. And so it's a little bit normal. So let's see. Let's start with just the same order that we recapped. SENITA, what is Anu doing during this week?
Gathering information. Just not by asking, just by listening, because of course she is.
Okay, gathering information. Make an investigation check.
Where's my investigation? Oh, gross. $19.
19. So, you actually, I'm going to give you a choice based on where you're taking this information. Are you getting it from the city slums? Are you getting it from the outskirts of the city beyond the wall? Are you getting it from the palace? Or are you getting it from Trade Town?
I'm going to get it from the slums because I feel like the unseen know the most.
Okay. So, you hear whispers, mutters of, well, why isn't the Queen doing anything about it then? And they've not done anything about the missing. Eventually, they'll have to. Eventually, they'll come for them. Sometimes you hear things, sobs of memories of people that are still missing. And one time, because you rolled high enough, I swear to you, I swear, it was Jacques. It was the monster. It was him. And these are the sort of things that you hear in the slums.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna keep gathering information and taking notes to give back to everybody when we come back for the night.
Okay. So, during the week, Vera, what were you
Yes.
doing?
So, Wisp was primarily doing three things.
Okay.
Was just sort of keeping a general eye out for the Phoenix to get a sense of what, more of a sense of what it's doing than just, well, it must be doing some good. Doing performances both on the street and at the inn. Not trying to be like that sort of Kimmy Schmidt forcibly upbeat, but not going for melancholy either. Just sort of, going for pleasant, something to get people to smile that doesn't feel forced, and spending time with my with my big lion girlfriend.
Okay. And Asana is absolutely, it's so weird. She has taken on this wildly different demeanor. It's sort of like if you've ever taken in a cat that was semi-feral, right? And you watch as the layers pull away, revealing the cuddle monster underneath. That's what's going on here. Is when you met her, she was stiff, rigid, rugged. And now there's sort of like a quiet calm that's taken over her. And it's relaxed, but it's not it's not weak. It's just fine. Like fine for once. And it's almost a little bit comforting.
Nice.
Robin, what is Masquerade doing with this week in Voirais?
Okay, so, on the first day, I am going to take great pains to stake out what I consider to be the best view in the city to date, because the face of the city has changed a lot since we first got here.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I find in terms of really good views?
Really good what?
Views, like vistas.
Oh, okay, so you're like Gilmore's 2ing this and getting the
Mhm.
Vista points.
Yeah, I'm looking for somewhere with a really great view that you can just like sit and see the city and like hopefully not the destroyed parts.
So, interestingly, the place that has the best view is the spire of the Royal Palace, the Palais Royal, where Angelique calls home, her balcony. And when you look out across this panorama, you see the smokestacks, and the areas of the city that are destroyed seem to be blocked by the newly built barricades. They have enlisted the help of the Scriptorium at this point, and they have wizards and sorcerers and druids all terraforming the earth itself to rise up in sharp, jutting spires that act almost like defensive spears in a bulwark. And they also work to block out most of your view of the lower city. You're not sure if that's intentional, but that is how it works. You also see that beyond the gates, the buildings that were once largely abandoned because of their decimation are starting to be rebuilt. You're starting to see lights out there at night under the stars. You're starting to hear more merriment and music playing in the night air as people start to feel a little safer. It's almost like this forced merriment as people are feeling like something's going to happen any day now. It can't last. The peace can't hold. But there's still merriment there. And
Right.
people are trying to get on. And Angelique, uncharacteristically, is rather quiet, even around you. She does a lot of sighing as the two of you look out over the city in the night panorama under the moons. There's more sighing than a middle school fan fiction.
So, are you gonna tell me what's on your mind, or am I going to have to guess?
I am supposed to lead them. And I can't even help them. We are at the mercy of forces, monsters that are more like natural disasters than creatures.
I'll tell you something that I've learned on the road with these people that I'm traveling with these friends, with these people that have just become my family in such a vast amount of time. The thing they've taught me is that when the odds are stacked too high, when there's nothing that you can do about the thing that's staring you in the face, what you do is you bring hope. You give them something to take their minds off of it for a little bit, because sometimes that's all you can do.
And how do you give them hope when you don't have it?
Don't have hope in what?
Tomorrow.
Today isn't tomorrow. If tomorrow never comes, spend today doing things that matter to you.
This. And she lays a hand on your knee and looks up at the stars.
I agree.
This matters.
It does. Every one of those people out there has something like this. What you can do right now is make sure they have time to take it.
I suppose. And she just kind of like lets the quiet linger for a good while. And then she looks to you. You know you've always been my best friend.
You know you've always been mine.
Promise me that for every tomorrow that we actually make it to, that you will be here.
You're asking me not to leave again.
I didn't think you were coming back. And then you didn't come back. For over 2 years.
All I can promise right at this moment is that I will do my best, but there's someone else I have to ask first before I can really lock in.
That's fair.
Actually, kind of why I came up here. Yeah. You know, I don't think I was as prepared to talk about this as I thought I was. No, there's somebody.
Somebody.
Yeah. You know her, actually.
The elf?
No. No, okay. I said that a little too fast. No offense to Anu. She's really great and everything, but she's also very destructive, and I don't think the world would survive that.
I don't think any of my dinner parties would survive that.
No. Nim. I'm just wild about Nim.
Oh. She's nice.
She's great.
The elf is fine, but very adventurous, very chandelier happy.
Oh no, I think that's great. I will root for it every single time it happens, but no, there's nothing romantic going on there.
Why am I catching strays?
That makes me feel better. So what exactly are you thinking with Nim?
I don't know. I was trying to think of a good date to ask her out on, and I thought stars. I don't know. I need. Okay, so my plan was to find a baker and a florist, and like write a meet me here at midnight note maybe, but probably not here because we'd have to like go through your chambers and stuff to get here, and that would probably be awkward.
You know? And she just stands up and walks in through the balcony. With Her Majesty gone now, this is not technically my room anymore. And I will have to have everything moved out probably tomorrow. If you needed a venue.
I proceed to stand and hug her. You are the best little sister.
You are the best. And she hugs you back. But you're doing my makeup for the coronation. And she
100%.
meets your eyes just like hard stare.
I would not allow anyone else to.
Good. Speaking of Nim, what has Nim been doing during this week?
So, are we all at the palace?
You can be if you want. You have free reign of the city.
Okay. I feel like Nim would have made her way to the pumpkin carriage to check in on Giselle and Ben if they're both there.
Yes, you had a little bit of the sleepies because you're not a mage and you guys got pulled into the wild again. So you were on the boat with Edmund for a couple of those days while everything was going on. And so you come to and you get to the pumpkin carriage and literally, you walk through the door and you see Angelique is cleaning tables. And she stops, stares. The next thing you know, there is a flash of blue fire as her fists just erupt and she rockets across the room and flies into your chest.
Giselle.
Giselle, you man.
Yeah.
You made it!
Well, yeah, of course. I said I would come back, and you know what? After I had those lovely cookies you made, I knew I had to come back and have some more.
Oh, definitely. Actually, I saved you some. And she goes to get the okayest cookies you've ever had in your life.
Nim takes them and just happily sits down and starts eating them.
Do you taste all the love that I put in them?
I do, as well as several other flavors that were unexpected, but it's a delight.
That's the extra salt.
No, well, yep. It's really, really enhancing the love, for sure. So, are you officially, a tavern keeper now? It looks like you have a lot of responsibility here.
Well, and she straightens her dress, and by the way, she's significantly taller now. She's up to your shoulder, and almost it's scary. And she straightens her dress a little bit and squares her shoulders and says, "I've been practicing my Voirisian accent."
Oh, and it sounds fantastic. I would have taken you for a native.
Thank you. And also, Jacquard lets me light the stove now every morning, and I'm really excited about it.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we finally found a use for your talent.
Yeah, and I've got it under control. Well, I had it under control.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fading.
The ability, the magic?
Yeah. I have a little bit left, but it's not coming back when I rest.
When did that start happening?
When the Blue Phoenix came out of me.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry about that, kiddo.
It's okay. It's not the way that my friends used to describe being abdicated. It's different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, you're still you, it seems.
Yeah. And I found new things.
New things?
Like working around the tavern.
Mm-hmm. And you were doing a fantastic job.
And sneaking.
Sneaking, you say?
Yeah, Anu's been teaching me how to sneak around places. And you would not believe what people say when they don't know that you're listening.
I'm sure I wouldn't, but we might need to have a conversation about that, me and Anu. And also, you are welcome to do whatever you want to do. But do remember that, sometimes if you're listening to what other people are saying, you might hear something you don't want to hear.
I mean, so far it's only been stuff that's really interesting and juicy.
Oh, dear. Well, all right. As long as you are careful and enjoying yourself, and this could be a valid skill, especially for a tavern keeper, make sure that you aren't, taking that information and using it incorrectly.
Well, Jacquard always says to keep one ear and one eye open.
Mm-hmm. And he's a smart man.
Yeah, that's how I learned about Lord Grey. He has a mistress in Lowtown.
A mistress in Lowtown, you say?
Yes. And she's pointedly whispering, but it's very loud and carries to about half the room. There's not many people in here, but she's very bad at whispering.
Yeah. Well, that's great, Giselle, but make sure we keep it very quiet, just in case,
I am. And she winks very overtly.
Well, I will put it on my list of things to tell Anu that you're going to work on whispering next.
Yeah. I wasn't very
Okay.
good at sneaking at the start, but now I'm really good at it.
That's good. Good job, Anu. I'm so glad. Fantastic. That's great. Okay.
So, Mr. Ben has been super great, and my mom's back.
She's back?
Yeah, she works at the scriptorium.
At this point, how are we feeling? I'm trying to remember the last time we heard about the scriptorium.
So the scriptorium is kind of like referencing the scriptoriad is kind of like referencing a denomination of a religion. Like there's good and bad in each one, and it's kind of based on like locally how it's run and what their individual values are.
Yeah, okay. I just remember we ran into like 3 of them, and there was poison cherries.
Yes.
I remember
Which
that.
I still have.
You do still have those. They are now fermenting, by the way, into some
Doubly
type
poison.
of cherry wine.
Well, so that's interesting. So what does your mother do there?
Oh, she's one of the Templars.
Okay, interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Do you see her often?
Not as much as I want.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how her and Mr. Ben met.
Oh, interesting. Back before I met you?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this jangling any bells in my head? Can I do a check?
Yeah, sure. Go for a history check.
A history check. Just my history. 19.
19. So, yeah. You weren't mentioned directly that was what she did. You just knew they met through the scriptorium, and you guys assumed she was a mage. And Giselle did mention she had magic, but she didn't say that was paladin magic.
Okay. Okay. So now it's all clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, so is
Let me go ahead.
so is Mr. Ben hanging out at the scriptorium too?
Yeah, for the most part. Him and Mom said they're working on something big.
Ooh. Did they give you any details, or did you have to sneak around to find them?
Well, I did sneak around, and all they were doing was making all the mages make a bunch of spikes out of the street. It was really kind of boring.
Spikes out of the street, so like using their magic to lift the street into spikes?
Yeah.
Where were they doing that? That's interesting.
Between Midtown and Lowtown.
Okay. Just a few of them, or to really block off the city?
Well, it was a lot of them, and they said it was a bulwark.
Ah. Okay. Do you know why they did it?
Probably the encroaching Umber Horde every night. Until you guys came, and now it hasn't happened. And everybody seems really worried about it, and there's a lot of whispers about it. And also, Mr. Gray has a mistress in Lowtown.
So you said, has that bulwark stopped any of his activities with his mistress, do you know?
No. But he hasn't been able to get to her for at least a day.
That must be upsetting.
Yeah, he's very upset over it.
I can imagine. Well.
He's also worried that she left and is going to tell somebody.
That is the problem.
And then he paid his footman to not say anything to anybody about it.
Wow, you have way more information than I would have thought for someone that just learned to sneak.
Oh yeah, no, Anu taught me really good.
Anu did indeed.
Speaking of Anu, as the sun is now setting and everything is coming to a close at the end of the day, Anu, are you traveling on the rooftops or the main street thoroughfare to get back to everyone else?
Oh, I'm traveling on the rooftop because, yes, of course I am.
Okay, I thought that felt very you, but I wanted to just double check. So go ahead and make a perception roll for me, and you will have advantage because of your vantage.
Right. Right. 28.
28, huh? Okay. So, you are jumping from rooftop to rooftop. And as you're jumping, you start to see what you thought at first was your shadow being cast until it darts in a direction that you're not going.
Right.
It's
Ooh.
ducking from alleyway to alleyway in Lowtown.
Okay. I'm going to follow.
Okay. So this is going to require a survival roll.
Oh, yay. I don't have any of those.
I'll let you make acrobatics at disadvantage if you'd rather.
Yeah, let's try that. All right. $16.
16. You can keep up with it. And you
Oh,
keep
yay.
up with it to a house. The house is lit, by the way. And this creature you see is roughly humanoid in shape. It is very, very shadowed. It is gangly and stands on 2 legs. And it's really fast.
Like a werewolf? What am I looking at? Do I know what I'm looking at?
Make an investigation or perception check again. Because it's almost like it's like the shadows and the earth almost want to guard it, want it to be unseen. It's like both naturally camouflaged as you do start to realize there's like bits of dirt and rock that are embedded in it. What'd you get?
I got a 25.
25. Yeah, you see this humanoid feminine figure with rocks and earth jutting out of it. And this looks like your standard fare Umber Horde zombie, but if it evolved like a Pokemon and was now a dire version of it. And it's looking into this window, and it's got like these long fingers, and its fingers are stretched in such a way it's almost like it has double the bones of normal fingers, complete with joints in places that it wouldn't normally have them, so they just curl all the way over this windowsill as its beady yellow eyes peer over the sill.
Can I see what's in the window?
Yeah. It looks like there is a poker game going on. Bunch of guys, one lady. Nothing super out of sorts. And you see it's about to jump through the window. Do you want to just let it happen, or do you want to try to roll initiative against it to see if you can intervene in some way?
Can I want to intervene, but can I also send out like a distress signal as I go to intervene?
Sure. What is your distress signal?
Just, hey, some shit's about to go down.
Oh, through the earrings,
Yes.
which all of you have. So all of you, I presume Masquerade is probably with Nim.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course it is.
Well, wouldn't it? I mean,
Sorry.
no. Nim is just like, well, wouldn't it just be going down anew?
What?
Oh, I rolled low. What did you get, Anu?
I'm rolling for initiative, right?
Initiative.
Okay.
I rolled low for it. I should say that.
14.
You beat it.
Yay!
So, what are you doing?
What did you roll?
I rolled a 12.
Oh, okay. I just got it.
I got a natural 4.
Oh,
shit.
nasty. Hey,
So, what do you do?
can it see me? It hasn't caught me, right?
It's not
So
focused on you at all.
Yay, I get sneak attack. I can't remember. Do the Umber hordes, are they like allergic to silver? What am I working with?
They do have a problem with silver, yes.
Yay.
And they do resist damage from non-silvered things.
Okay. Well, I got silver arrows, so do I get advantage on my sneak attack? Or-
Yes, you do have advantage on it, actually, because you are hidden from it.
Yeah. Okay.
While you're working out those numbers, are the rest of you headed
Wait, don't
toward,
I have to hit it first?
Anu? Yes.
Okay, so I got 24.
24 hits. It's
Yay, okay.
not
Now I'm gonna do the
wildly
damage.
hard to hit this thing at this level.
You said it's mildly hard?
It's not wildly hard.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I'm going to do the damage and you can go talk.
Okay, so how is everybody getting to Anu? I presume you're going.
Yeah. How far away?
So Anu is probably a mile away from you guys.
Nim, are we in the tower?
I think so.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna morph wings. I'm gonna pick her up and I'm gonna fly over.
Okay. You can do that.
I want you to know this whole time Nim is doing like figure skating maneuvers while going through the air, like arms out and
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely leaning into that. That sounds fun as hell.
That's great. Wisp, are you with Asana?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you are with Asana, then I am going to send you a thing really quick.
In the Zoom chat or on Discord?
In Discord. Discord works best. So, you see Asana pulls out this flaming greatsword. Like, she has a flame tongue weapon, by the way. And, here we go. Vera. I'm going to send you this link. You should be able to just see it because I have shared content on D&D Beyond.
Yep.
That's her stat block.
Okay.
Minus the alignment and a couple other things.
Okie dokie.
But I'll let you know what those are. Basically, she does not cast the spell in actions. And does not have the resistance under legendary actions.
Okay.
So, otherwise, yeah, that's your girlfriend.
Nice. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to hoof it the old-fashioned way.
Okay. So you guys are running and booking it. You do, if you remember, you do have that whistle.
Hold on. Well, I have 2 whistles.
You have a whistle that summons.
That's right. I have a whistle from Lyrical.
Uh-huh. And Lyrical told you if you ever need to get somewhere quickly, they'll help you.
This seems like a good time.
All right. So you blow the whistle, and Lyrical just steps out of a slit in the air that opens up and says, all right, where are we going?
I'll give whatever location I can specify for Anu.
Oh, we got that. And then snaps their fingers, and a different slit in the air opens up, and they just walk through and beckon you to follow.
Going.
All right, so you get about 200 feet away from where Anu is, partly because Anu's on a rooftop, and partly because Lyrical didn't think plopping you directly in the middle of everything was as kind.
Fair enough. What can I see from where I'm at? Because I'm now close enough to Dimension Door.
So you are now on the street, and the street lamps here are dimmer and oranger than other places. They cast a lot more shadows, just by virtue of the fact they're not as high quality as the ones that they have on the main thoroughfare in Midtown and Hightown. You do notice that there is what looks to be a spiky woman looking in a window in an alley with Anu aiming a crossbow in her direction. And you also see Masquerade with wings alight carrying a ice skate posing Nim about another 100 feet back.
I will just glance to Asana and go, yeah, this is normal.
I see. And Lyrical just waves a hand through the portal and goes, ta, and is gone.
Fantastic.
So, Anu, what are you doing as far as damage is concerned?
I have 38. No, I'm sorry, 39.
39. Describe what happens.
I'm gonna... Because they left at the window, right?
Uh-huh. Or they were going to.
Well, as soon as they, like, get off the ground, that's when I'm gonna fire my bolt into their back.
Okay. You fire the bow into the back, and you guys hear this crunch as the thing's spine actually, like, cricks. And it collapses almost like a pile of bones that have been sewn together. And that's when you notice, oh, it's a female figure with these stony spikes, and it looks like mud, maybe acting as ligaments and muscle tissue. And she's wearing lingerie.
That's not weird at all.
Like
actual lingerie.
Well, I was gonna say like clean lingerie.
No, it's filthy. It's filthy
Okay.
and torn up and everything. But
is it weird that I would have found it stranger if it was like a clean negligee?
Nope.
This thing?
No, it is very soiled, very rough. Like this lady was wearing this whenever she was turned.
Nim under her breath is like, well, I guess I know what happened to Mr. Gray's mistress.
And Anu, you're the one that did the death blow, so roll a d6 for me.
I got a 1.
Perfect.
Oh no, I
So-
hate when you say that.
You guys watch as the creature starts melting into the ground and just melting through the clothes and everything else. And then within 6 seconds, these bones crawl up from the end of the alley now, and the thing is regenerated completely, but now has no lingerie on.
Your one interesting feature. Terrific.
And it goes, and it books it for probably Asana, actually.
Oh.
Right, because I'm on a roof, aren't I?
And I definitely hit her. So I need to find another D12. Dang it. Let's roll this in place. So she takes 18 necrotic damage as
Alright,
this
so-
thing digs these stony teeth into her shoulder, and you see an explosion of blood and black ichor together
So
come out
hold
of her
up a
shoulder.
second. Hold up a second, Bobby.
Uh-huh.
She would have been right next to me. Do I get an attack of opportunity on this thing?
If it moves out of your area, not when it moves in.
Damn.
And on top of that, when it bites her, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for her.
Okay. Constitution. 22.
22. Dang. So I don't get to turn Asana.
Good.
But she bites into her shoulder, and Asana lets out a lion roar. And just so you guys are aware, Asana cannot heal for the next round, basically until the end of this thing's next turn.
Okay.
And it gets to attack again. And does a 24 hit your AC, Wisp?
Mine?
Uh-huh.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Ooh! Okay, I swear to you, I got double 12s. So, you take 24 plus 8 is 32. 32 necrotic damage, and make a Constitution saving throw.
So, not one of my better stats. Oh, we are re-rolling the shit out of that.
Love that
Okay.
inspiration at the beginning of every session.
Yep. So. Nat 20!
Nat 20! I don't get to turn you either.
No, you do not.
So,
Motherfucker.
but when this thing bites into you next, you feel the burn. It feels like being branded. As an explosion of blood and black ichor flies out and covers this thing's face. These glowing, beady yellow eyes looking directly at you with malice and hunger. And that's all it can do. So now we're just going to let you guys roll initiative. I'm just putting a new at the top because of how this worked out. So this
6.
thing went second, and then you guys go in order of how you roll.
So that is a 15.
You got a 2, Marissa?
I did.
Okay, Wisp, appropriately, you go next. And Asana goes on your turn.
Okay. So give me a second here. All right. So, I mean, this thing is just right here, correct?
Yep.
You know, I'm just gonna straight up attack it.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Sword of the Zephyr.
Okay.
Does a nat 20 hit?
Absolutely it hits. No, it doesn't hit. It works as a nat 1. Yes.
All right. And so we double the dice.
You roll them, you automatically deal max damage and then roll all the dice again.
Okay, so and any plus is just added only once, yes?
Correct, yes.
So that's 23 points of piercing damage.
Okay. So 23. All right.
And we'll follow that up with, actually, hang on. I gave away my silver dagger, didn't I? I did. So we're going to have to go with Dagger of Venom for the follow-up. And that is, does a 29 hit?
A 29 absolutely hits.
Oh, good. So that'll be 9 points piercing damage. And poison damage does or doesn't work on these things?
So poison damage does, you know that usually it doesn't, but fire, radiant, those are extra effective against them. Acid works.
Okay. Well, I was just seeing if I was bothered doing the extra stuff that comes with this weapon, and it sounds like no, because it's poison damage. Okay, that's fine. I'll just take.
Camera, or one of the camera went out.
One of the cameras went out?
No, not on my end.
No, on the if you see it on
Let me
Twitch.
look up Twitch real quick. It's gonna mess with
Oh wait,
the
never
sound.
mind. I messed up. I'm seeing Megan's up there. I was hang on.
Yeah.
I'm counting 5 over here, and I'm counting 5 over here.
Gotcha.
All right.
My
so
fault.
from the dagger then.
Which we actually have been doing pretty well on YouTube as well. I put out a couple clips, and they've actually been doing numbers. Actually have been doing pretty well.
Well, 9 additional on top of the 23, so that's 32 total. Nice. The Zephyr blade is going through the neck, and the dagger's going in the eye.
It's a trap.
6.
Well, that's disgusting.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My audio was out. There we go. So as I was saying, you killed it. It melted into crumbling ash and melted into a puddle in the ground that blackened the area around it. Sorry,
Yep.
My audio was messing up when I was trying to do clever things with Twitch, which I'm clearly not able to do right now. And I'll have to figure it out later. I thought I had it working, but apparently I don't. It's fine. So, we're going to do this the old-fashioned way on Twitch then. So, I would like for everyone in the chat to vote for one of the players. Just put their name in the chat, please.
Oh, you trying to do a poll?
Yeah, I was trying to do a poll.
Oh, dear.
So, they're going to put your names in the chat. Meanwhile, as you guys are now in the street, and this thing is gone, The commotion has drawn attention from the building that had people in it, and you see this little latch in the door slide open, and eyes peer through. What's going on out there?
Just a interruption of what had been a really nice day.
Go away. And the slat just slams shut. Oh, we have 2 votes for mask right now in the chat.
Alright. I'm scared I'm in danger.
So we're about to close it out. If anyone has another vote, vote away. We have 1
Honestly,
for
is it
Wisp
really a
and 2 for
game
mask
if
right now. So I guess
I
Anu
don't
and
end
Nim
up
are
on
the
the floor.
favorites.
No, I had a vote on there.
Do you? Oh, you do have a vote on there. Anu has a vote on there too.
I don't think anybody wants to harm Nim.
Yeah.
No, Nim is
That's
wholesome.
My friend watched some of our beginning episodes and he goes, "You gotta protect Nim at all costs."
So, all right, that does it then. Masquerade, you're the winner.
Okay, let's go.
Does a 21 hit your armor class?
Oh my god, why are you even asking? Yes, of course it does.
Okay.
Wait, I might have a reaction for this.
You might.
I do. I have shield.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to help though because it only raises my AC by +5, and that's a 21 and not a 20. So yeah, it still hits. I can't.
Okay.
Like just get.
Can
there,
I
let's go.
see anything happening? Would I be able to cast an encourage, or it's not really casting? Would I be able to encourage?
You might after what happens, but this is kind of a
Alright.
sneak attack.
Okay.
Hit me.
You take 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay, that's not so bad. What's the bad part, Steven?
Yeah,
Bobby?
So, all of you are standing there kind of catching your breath for just a second. Nim, something nicks your ear just briefly as it passes by you at a clip that you would never believe. And a flying creature scoops Mask up and tears them into the air. 80 feet up. And,
You know, if that was gonna happen to anybody, I'm glad it was me.
And you are now facing what is one of the bird folk turned into an umber spawn.
Oh,
Yeah. You're now fighting a harpy.
Mm.
And this creature with its 2 sets of spidery arms has bear hugged you as its hole-ridden wings just flap, sending you higher into the air at a ridiculous speed. And it seems to be flying away with you. It's not trying to eat you.
how many feet up did you say it was?
80.
80.
Yep. It is a news turn, though. Or
I'm
I'm sorry,
already
it's
on it,
Nim's
rude.
turn. It's Nim's turn.
Mm.
So Nim, you want to encourage?
Yeah, I mean, would encouraging Mask at this point, like, is Mask fighting back, I guess, against this?
Of course.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay. And encourage would probably be the best option. I can't really distract this creature right now. So I'm going to encourage. I'm going to yell up like as loud as I can. Or I guess like we have the earrings in still, so like Mask would be able to hear this. Yeah, I'm going to say it in like the silliest way I can. Down from there, Mask. I thought we were going to, go sit on the balcony tonight and have a chat, and now you're just hanging out with this harpy? Come on down. That's my encouragement.
That's a good one.
That
would
is a
work.
good one. That is a good one. I'm gonna give you inspiration for it because that's hilarious. Anu, what are you doing?
I'm calling out Nuka, and I'm already beelining it towards them.
Okay. So you Pokeball the dragon out and jump on his back, Dragon Rider style, and like Hiccup on the wind, you soar toward Masquerade. And what are you gonna do when you reach them? Because you can reach them this turn.
I'm gonna shoot the arms. At the very least, we can
Okay, that's very risky because of how Masquerade is grappled. So what I'm going to tell you is if you roll a 5 or lower on the die, then you hit Masquerade.
I have quite a few hit points. I will probably be okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
I can
Okay.
I
fix this
ruined
risk.
date night.
Can you? Stupid mouse. All right. So, I'm rolling a hit. But do I still get advantage because it's not paying attention?
No, you don't get advantage on this one.
No. Whack. All right.
But you have an ally adjacent, so you still get your sneak attack.
Awesome.
Masquerade's about as adjacent as it gets to this thing.
I got 25.
25 absolutely hits. Roll your damage.
Oh, yay. Okay, I'm gonna roll this one first so I can get the map out of the way. Okay, cool. Okay. Here, do math here. Okay, do math here, and then and 1 30 31.
31. Okay, so go ahead and describe what happens to this thing.
Jesus. Well, I take aim because my whole. How big is it? Where am I shooting at it?
It's like the size of a humanoid. However, up close, you and Masquerade now realize this thing also has like protrusions of stone and mud all over it. And it does also seem like the evolved version of a harpy.
Awesome. Actually, you know what? I think. Is it possible? I want to know how it's flying. So I'm wondering if it's like a way where I could like shoot it through. Maybe like shoot it through its. Wait, harpies? Their wings are their arms, aren't they? Or
Not
is it-
these.
Not the. Okay. So does it have wings and arms?
Yes.
Can my arrow go through its wings and arm?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it that way. Ooh, excuse me. So that's how I'm shooting. I'm shooting it through its wings and its arms.
Okay.
Does it still have some HP on it?
No. No, you're just killing it.
Oh, okay.
So you're just describing how it dies. And how you hopefully save Mask.
What is it? God, I'm trying to think. There is, I don't know which anime it's from, but I know, like, oh, Inuyasha. You know how when she hits the Shikon jewels and it goes,
Yeah.
that's how it dies.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Come on. I got 3.
3. So when this thing dies, it stays dead.
Yay!
And now I need you to make an acrobatics or athletics check, your choice, to catch Masquerade.
Yeah. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, so you catch Masquerade, although they have wings currently, so they could have flown.
Low ball.
And, yeah. It is about this time that you realize there's about 6 more of these things on the wind. And you can see them like shadows swooping and grabbing people from off the streets in Lowtown and zipping off with them.
Oh my god.
No, we can't allow that.
Oh.
But your vantage allows you to see it, so you stop. So you now can like stop them if you want.
Anthony, here, I am very sorry, but I think date night is going to have to be postponed.
No, absolutely. Where can I go to raise an alarm and let you do what you do?
I would give the answer because I feel like Mask would know, but I, Sealy, do not.
Mm-hmm. Is there like a... I'm just thinking of like Gimli blowing the horn at Helm's Deep. Is there a place where Nim can do something similar?
Sure, yeah. We'll say that every one of the towns has, at key points, a watchtower that has a brazier in it. And if that brazier is lit, it means trouble.
Okay. Nim's gonna sprint off to the nearest one.
Okay, so you can sprint off toward the nearest one. Make an athletics check.
Why would you do that to Nim? Why would you do that?
Because you eat, like, more sweets than I do.
Let's use that inspiration you just gave me.
Okay.
Damn it! 12?
12. Okay. So
It's not a fast sprint.
you are managing to keep up. You're not like getting a stitch or anything, but it is hard going.
I imagine there's a twisted ankle at the end.
So you can get there in a die 3 rounds. It is 2. So in 2 rounds you'll get there and be able to light the brazier. So Anu has gone. Was Masquerade or Wisp first in the initiative order? Because Mask got scooped up.
I rolled a 6.
Oh yeah, no, Wisp was first.
It was me, yeah.
Because I did not write it down like a smart one.
So I'm still on the ground. All the action's in the air currently, yes?
Yes.
How many are there in the air right now? 6. That were 6? Can I see any of them from where I am?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, 2 of them are about 15 feet apart.
15 feet, you say? Hang on. I've got the first half of a plan. I'm just trying to think if I can come up with the second half.
Okay. Now, bear in mind, they are carrying innocents.
Yeah, I know. That's the half I have to figure out. How high up are they currently?
26 feet. So we'll round it to 30.
Okay. It's the only idea I've got, so... Can I attempt, and what would you ask me to roll? If I tried to do a force cage in such a way, because like I can put bars on a force cage in such a way that like the arms of these harpies are through it, but their bodies are trapped in it. Because I'm trying to have the people they're carrying outside the force cage and them in it.
That would be a very difficult. I would call that a DC 25 Arcana check.
DC 25 Arcana. I'll take those odds.
Okay.
And I will roll those again. I'll use a luck point on that one.
Okay.
There we go. That is a 32.
Okay. So you succeed at getting them in the force cage without their prey, and now they are dropping their prey.
That's what I figured. Turn to us on it. Sweetheart, I need you to catch.
And she looks at you and says, "On it!" And make an athletics check for her.
For her. Let me get her stats up.
If you hit a 20, I will let you catch both of them.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay. So, you watch as she leaps into the air and snatches one, and then just before the other one hits the ground, she swipes them up and barrel rolls with them.
That's my girl.
Masquerade. There are
All right.
4 more harpies with civilians.
Okay. So, I have great faith in my friends. I am gonna mark one of them in particular. I am gonna point this out as I do, and I am gonna go follow that one because I think that since there were already missing people, they have probably already taken people, and I'm gonna follow this one back to where it's going so we can get those people too.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. So I will
So
want
I'll
you
be
to
updating everyone on the comm as I go.
make a stealth check to not be noticed.
Cool. Theoretically, I'm good at this.
Pretty high DC.
I have a point of inspiration.
Okay. You have to hit a 23.
Okay. I just barely got it.
Okay. So you remain unnoticed as you follow how many? They're all going the same direction. So it's a question of, are you letting them all go? Or...
Oh, I mean, if I do something to interrupt the others, it's going to get me noticed. So I am following one of them and then leaving the rest of them for my friends to do something about before they get too far.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Cool. So, Nim, what are you doing?
I guess I'm still technically running, right?
Yeah. If you make a DC 20 athletics check, I'll let you get there this turn. So you can light the brazier.
Does that mean it has to be 20 or higher?
Uh-huh.
Why would you think Nim can do this?
I mean, you never know. There is a chance.
I mean, it is technically possible.
I got a 5, so Nim's just screaming
Okay.
as she's running painfully.
That's valid. So, you're just running and booking it. And
Yeah,
it
but like
is
people are
their
passing
turn.
me.
So, one of them is going to try to swoop on a second person and get them. And because you guys were attacking them, they don't like that. Wisp,
Yo.
does an 18 hit your armor class?
No, it does not.
Oh! So this harpy swoops on you and just misses. Its claws grazing your hair as it does.
I want to flip it off as it goes past.
You can absolutely do that. It doesn't know what that means, but
I don't
you feel
care.
vindicated.
I feel better doing it.
And seeing the lead of the first one, a second is going to swoop on you.
Okay.
19 versus your armor class.
Misses.
Dang. Okay. I can't do anything else with them because they're occupado with other prey.
Again, you legit forgot how much that belt jacked
Yeah,
my
no,
stats.
you have a lot of AC. I'm just trying to decide if I want them to drop their current cargo to try to go for you. I think
Fucking
they just
bring
try
it
to get
on.
away. But they're behind the others now. And the other two are going to fly off, and you see Masquerade is following them.
Okay. They've got that then.
And both you and Nim on the ground can roll a perception check.
That's one of my
Nim, you have advantage
use stats
because
that
you're
is still
covering
not
the
great.
most ground.
You said I have advantage?
No, Nim has advantage because Nim is
Okay.
covering more ground than you.
I got 11.
11.
I got 21.
Nim, there are 3 more creatures like that lady creature on the streets. And they are lurking, looking for prey. And one of them has noticed you.
Wonder if I can use this.
Does an 11 hit your armor class?
Okay. It does not. Can I do a distract?
Okay, what is a distract? What are you gonna do with that?
So Nim's not like a great liar, so to speak. Or just with creatures that she can't really like talk to. So basically what Nim does as she's still running, she just points, "Oh my god, look over there!" And then
Okay. And is that a charisma save for them, or they just have disadvantage?
the concentration check, 8 plus my charisma modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh yeah, no, they're not very mentally capable. And okay, one of them actually got a nat 20. That's where I wasted my nat 20 on. Okay. So, the other one is going to be distracted and not be able to attack you this round.
Okay, that's good.
So, that means we're bringing it back up to Anu again.
All right, so how many are left?
There are 2 that are swooping on Wisp and 2 that Masquerade is following. And from your vantage point, make a perception check. You have disadvantage because these things are using the cover of rooftops to hide in the shadows.
Okay. $23.
23. You do see the other 2 creatures that are currently on Nim's heels.
Alright, I'm gonna go Wisp, are you okay? Nim is running.
I'll be fine.
Okay. I'm gonna go after Nim.
Okay. One of them is distracted.
Alright, the one that's not distracted.
Okay.
Am I adjacent or am I not? Do I get sneak attack?
You don't get sneak attack for these.
Oh, lame. Alright, that's fine. No advantage, that's okay. But if I take aim, do I roll twice with that one or?
Yes. If you take aim, then you do get advantage.
Okay.
And then you would get your sneak attack as well.
Alright, I will take aim.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Alright, where am I at? Ooh.
My poor chair keeps sinking. It's broken.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine. Do math here. And then math here. And then math here. Then math here. 10, 20, 30, 35. 41.
Just describe what you do to this thing.
Alright, is it on a rooftop?
No, they're on the street level.
Okay. I want to take out my silver dagger and just kind of flip off the roof and onto it.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. Roll a d6 for me, please.
Oh, yay. 4.
It's dead. Actually, it crumbles into ash, melts into goo, blackens the ground beneath it. And, yeah, you've used your bonus action and everything, so that means we go down to Wisp.
All right. So, first thing, and I should have done this before, but Asana's my dance partner.
Okay, I would also like to point out to you, it should have been their turn, and it's not.
Oh, okay.
They are foregoing it.
Oh, okay.
So they look like they're flying to do some sort of maneuver.
All right.
Just so you know, it's something nasty.
Okay. So these things that took a dive bomb at me, where are they currently?
So the things that took a dive bomb next to you, they are about 60 feet up at this point, and they are flying. And you see, there's now like this trailing shadow that's almost looks like it's working to slow them as they spiral in a circle, but in reverse directions of each other, almost like when birds circle prey. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like they're doing that number, but there's this shadow that starts trailing like ash behind them in a cloud, and it's drawing something in the air.
Don't like that.
Mechanically, at the cost of jumping to the bottom of the initiative order, they get to do a nasty thing if they get it off. Just so you are aware as a player.
So what did you say the distance was?
60 feet.
60 feet. You know what? That puts them well in range of Fireball.
Now, they do have innocence in their arms.
Oh, wait, but these were the ones who dove me. They were already holding me?
They were grabbing you with two arms while holding the innocence with the other
I thought they let
arms.
them...
That was the ones who... No, the ones who let go were the ones I force caged, who are theoretically still caged.
Yeah, they're caged. They're just out of the fight right now.
Yeah. Shit. All right.
So that's why I said I was trying to decide if they were dropping them to attack you with their other two arms, and they decided not to.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that
have
pisses
my moral
me off.
conundrums.
Oh, that pisses me off so much. Ah,
They're monsters.
How far apart are these things from each other?
They are 20 feet away from each other. And now is where you realize they're equidistant from each other and from you, and you're in the middle of whatever this circle they're drawing is.
Okay, well, I'm not going to stay put. I'll tell you that much for free. All right. Damn it. All right. I can't risk an area of effect. So, I'm gonna get as far away from the current circle I can without losing line of sight, and I will Ray of Frost one of them.
Okay. Roll to attack.
That is a 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
So that is 10 points of cold damage.
10 cold damage.
Yep.
So the Ray of Frost hits their wing and it ices over, and it does seem to be effective. As it stiffened it and messed up what they're flying a little bit. And now it's flying slower. It's still going to work, but you've slowed it a little bit.
I'll take it.
And Asana gets to go because she's your dance partner.
Yes, she does. So, let's see. What does she have on hand for like weapons? Does she only have melee, or does she have anything ranged?
The flaming broadsword.
Just the flaming broadsword.
That's all she brought with her.
Okay, fair enough. Is there anything that's on the ground that's in our sight?
I'm sorry?
Is there any ground-based issues within our eye line right now?
They're not in your eye line.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Stella Celestia is raiding us with a party of 6. Hey, raiders!
Whoa, damn!
Woo! How's it going, guys? We're playing some D&D. Hey, treasures! What's up?
And I'm trying to figure out what my lion girlfriend's gonna do.
Yeah. This is my group of creative friends who do stuff on the internet. You can check out their links on my page or in the description if you're on YouTube after the fact. So, welcome in. We're in the middle of a combat, and Wisp's lion-esque girlfriend is about to do some damage to some zombie birds.
So, does she have the same attacks listed on the stat deck you gave me, or no?
Not the chromatic one, if you remember.
Ah, damn it!
Yeah, not the chromatic stuff, but everything else.
Ah, that was what I wanted. Ah, damn. Okay, I think all that she can really do under the circumstances is be sure she's clear of whatever the hell these things are doing. And I think I gotta leave it at that for right now.
Okay. All right, so you guys got clear of the thing. Yeah, Stella actually is the artist who did the cards for our character portraits, by the way.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Thank you, Stella.
So,
Wonderful
yeah,
work.
all this great artwork we have, this is Stella's doing. So, all right, we have Wisp is done, and that means it is Robin, Masquerade. What are you doing? Still following the ones that are trying to get away?
Yeah, I want to know
Okay.
where they're going.
All right. So I'm going to get to you. I'm going to functionally remove you and those two from the combat, and we'll get to you at the end.
That's perfectly fine by me.
So, Nim, you're running. Make an athletics check to disengage from these things without using an action, so you can light that brazier for warning.
16.
16. Okay, so Nim, you crush through the threshold of this stone tower. You start climbing up this stairway that they're like sets of square stairways that go up. You are scrambling on these wooden steps as just behind you, this spiky demon creature is also scrambling after you. It's about 2 foot long tongue just behind it. And you see Black Ichor trailing and acting like acid sizzling on the stairs just a little as it's climbing after you. And this one does get to try to make an attack roll.
No.
Wait, so the distracted one is no longer distracted?
No, there's a distracted one and there's a non-distracted one.
But I killed that one.
Oh, you killed... Oh, you were going for the non-distracted one. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
thought you were going for the distracted one. So,
No.
instead, it's not scrambling, you're scrambling, it's not, because this one's dead. The other one's still distracted outside from your... What was that?
Yeah.
So...
If it's any consolation, I have so many Charlie horses in my legs, and I'm struggling.
That was my bad. I misunderstood which one you went after. Okay, so Anu, in that case, you are currently facing the one outside, and it is going to have to roll to be not distracted, and it did not succeed. It's still distracted. These things are
Cool.
not very mentally competent.
All right, then am just. Am I? I'm trying to get off advantage. I'm gonna take aim again, so I
Okay.
can just get advantage again.
Okay.
Be cheap.
All right, go ahead and make that attack roll.
I got a 17 and then I got a 3. The 17 turns into a 25 though. So.
17 was good enough by itself. So
Okay.
you take aim, fire, and as you fire, describe what happens, because I don't think you can do little enough damage to not kill it. So these things don't have a lot of health. They're just hella hardy if they come back.
Okay, yeah, just so it's just gonna go right through the neck this time.
Okay, roll a d6 for me.
No, don't fall. 6.
6! Alright, so this arrow, this silver arrow goes through its neck. The creature collapses into a mound of bones, turns into crumbling ash that melts into liquid goo that blackens the earth beneath it. And congratulations, it doesn't come back. So, Nim, you get the brazier lit. The brazier is now lit. You start hearing the warning bells chime in the distance. And everything, for once, draws into a bit of a calm in the city proper. However, we're going to cut away out of the city calm, and we are going to instead go...
So are we just forgetting the two that I was dealing with, or?
You're not going to be able to not deal with them.
Okay.
So I know what's going to happen, and we're a little bit short on time given what's about to come.
Oh,
so
fuck.
I want to get
Great.
to... So I'm not sure what's going on right now with my sound effects. Everything is being done. It's fine. We love that for us. So
It's on brand.
yeah, I mean, for those of you who are new here, we always have some sort of technical difficulty that unfolds at some point. It's just the nature of our stream. It's our tradition, if you will. So it is what it is. So that being said, Wisp, you are not going to not be able to handle these things. And I'm going to even tell you, you and Asana are going to be able to rescue these civilians that they had taken. It's not an issue because there's only 4 of them. You guys are capable.
All right.
Masquerade. These things fly to the nearby mountain range
Okay.
and soar into a familiar set of caverns. If you remember from back when Wisp first came to these caverns trying to essentially sacrifice themselves to save everyone.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Oh, I
same
remember. How could I
cavern.
forget?
Yeah. And you come to that same big open area, but everything here smells acrid now, even more than it did before. And it's now illuminated with veins of yellow everywhere in the walls. Just crags of yellow, much like the inside of a volcano, if it were electric yellow. This sickly color gives way to a big open area where you see these jutting bony spikes caging what looks like an in-ground cauldron of umber bubbling ichor.
Oh.
Swarms, like Minas Tirith level swarms of these things are everywhere. You see elves that have been turned and are now orcs. You see humans that are turned and are now zombies. You see bird folk that are turned and are now harpies. You see marrows that have been turned into nagas. You see all of these different creatures. Every one of the 13 races, save your own, is populated here. But as twisted, marred, undead versions of themselves in legions. And unlike before, it seems that these are mostly spiny and full of these craggy stone and mud elements, like they've been evolved like Pokemon. And you see that those that have not yet gotten that appearance are on what looks almost like a pseudo conveyor belt mechanism built of stone and chains that is like dropping buckets of them into this splooshing cauldron, and they are crawling out the edges as these new things.
I have 2 questions.
Yes,
1, can I see the mechanism that is causing this conveyor belt to move?
you can.
And 2, how big is the cauldron's opening?
The cauldron's opening is 100 feet diameter.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, Wall of Force is not going to help me with that. Then I'm going to go for the mechanism.
Okay. And as you go for the mechanism, make an investigation roll. And then if you succeed, that will go from there.
Theoretically, I'm good at this. Dirty 20.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
This is the
18.
fear effect, by the way, if that matters to
18.
you. 18?
Oh, it might. Does it though? Because 18.
18 makes it, so...
Okay.
But fear nearly grips your very heart as you realize that this innermost cavern, these craggy and yellow cracked walls, are layered as though laying tubes on top of one another. And as you put the pieces together, you begin to realize that those strange spiny folds that were caging this cauldron are in fact teeth as part of a massive petal-like maw.
So we're sitting in its mouth, is what you're
And
telling me right now.
And the cavern walls are layers of this creature's coils.
Oh, that was the tongue, and the whole thing is...
Yes.
I want to stop this conveyor belt before I go outside to call my friends and let them know what happened, because I'm not going to let a whole bunch of people get dunked if I can help it, but Jesus Christ.
Okay. So, I'm going to have you give me a complex test here.
Alright.
So you're going to have to make an investigation roll to be
Okay.
able to determine how best to efficiently break this. You'll have to make a
22.
stealth roll in order to avoid being perceived.
Okay.
And then you'll have to make either athletics or stealth to escape. If you miss 2, you fail the check. If you make 2, you succeed. Your DC for all 3 of these is going to be a 22.
Okay, so I have 22, 25, and 23 in that order.
Wow. Okay, you just described to me what happens then. And feel free to take liberties with how this contraption works, because I don't have a lot of things figured out as far as mechanisms yet. So you tell us. How does this work and what's happening?
So I'm clowning around, right? I'm gonna just shimmy my way down and get over to where this conveyor belt's moving gears are. And then the move is to grab a stone or possibly a piece of jutting bone out of the cavern itself, preferably a stone because I don't want to alert this thing that I'm doing it. Jam it in there in exactly the right spot, and then motion to these people to start following me back out of this place. And I'm gonna lead them along through little crevices and stuff in the shadows of these awful teeth, and just get them out.
Okay. All right.
And once we're outside, I call the party and I'm like, guys, we have got a big problem.
All right. And I want everyone to make a wisdom saving throw now.
Wait, hold up.
Do I have
Hang
to
on.
make another one?
Another one.
Okay.
I've got a thing.
A thing.
Hang on. Let me find it. Somewhere in my sheet. Somewhere. Oh, I have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws with my keen intuition.
Yes,
now.
you do.
So which throw are we? What are we doing? Sorry.
Wisdom.
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 Why?
Ooh, so glad I have advantage. All right,
Yes.
I got a 22.
That fails.
What?
It's a 23.
Are you serious?
Can she give inspiration? I mean, can she give encouragement to
Inspiration can
herself?
affect this, yes.
I'm an encouragement to herself.
Oh. I don't think that's how that works.
Well, wait a minute. I also have mental stability, so
What is that?
I might be resistant to whatever you're doing. At 17th level, you gain resistance to psychic damage, and you are immune to being charmed or frightened, and magic cannot
Yeah,
put
you're
you
immune to
sleep.
being frightened. You're good.
Oh. Which is odd for Nim, because she's often quite frightened.
What did Wisp get?
Not enough. Neither did Asana.
What did Anu get?
25.
25. What did Masquerade get?
Like, it
Not
was
hit me.
literally impossible for me to make that unless I got an at 20.
All right.
Same.
The mountain range collapses in on itself just as Masquerade gets out with the prisoners. And you see rising from the mountainside the massive maw, and then another massive maw, and slowly, as the mountains are collapsing, they're giving way to this hydra's worth of Crom spawn heads. You guys are not facing an army. You're facing a living city full of heads of Crom spawn with these zombies, its denizens. This is the threat that faces the world. This is the threat that you have been preparing, possibly in vain, to deal with. And this is where we are going to cut it for tonight. So,
I hate you.
thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Raiders. As you can see, we love our nonsense here. So feel free to come back and join us next time. Everyone levels again. So you got another level. And come in 2 weeks to see what happens with the Crom City and its many inhabitants. Thank you guys so much. Please check out everybody and follow them, but not in the creepy way, all over the internet. And until next time, whether it's on the page or at the table, make sure to tell your story your way. Bye, everybody.